You tell that tongue, be loosed. You're speaking to the situation and not to God. Okay? You're speaking to the situation and not to God. In 2 Corinthians 4:13, we are told, it is written, I believed, therefore I have spoken. I believed, therefore I have spoken. I can believe and keep the belief in my heart, but I must speak out in faith. So it says, it is written, I believed, therefore I have spoken. With the same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak. Here we are being told about the spirit of faith. What is the spirit of faith? Is believing and then speaking. I believed and therefore I spoke. The spirit of faith is believing and then using words, using the word of God. But I must speak. I must speak. The third thing that had to happen here, for this miracle to happen, is that Peter had to have no doubt in his heart. We are told, whoever shall speak to this mountain and shall not doubt. There is no what if. And this is where our problem usually lies. Many of us are afraid to speak because we say to ourselves, what about if what I say does not happen? What about if I say it and then it doesn't happen? The fact that I've thought that it might not happen means that I do not have the faith. That is proof to me that I do not have the faith. And what should I do? I should not be discouraged. All it means is that when I have no faith, I need to continue to hear so that faith can come. Until I reach a point where I speak because I have already believed that what I say is truly going to happen. Is truly going to happen. Okay? That was the third thing that Peter had to do. The fourth thing in the situation, Peter had to believe that what he says will happen. Because you see in that same passage of Mark, chapter 11, it says, whoever shall say to this mountain, go and throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will happen. Peter had to believe that what he says will happen. So what should I do? I should create a scenario of what life will be after it has changed. Because I know that this situation is about to change. So I have to see myself healed before the healing takes place. If I cannot see myself healed, I will not be healed. I must be able to see this situation changed before it actually changes. So as I'm walking towards this person who is sitting there with their legs twisted and they've never walked, I must be able to see this man on his feet even as I'm walking towards him. So there has to be that scenario that is created in my mind. That is why whenever the Lord spoke to the Israelites, he always started with, see, I am going to give you this land. He'll always say, see. If you cannot see it, you will not have it. Okay? So Peter saw it. How do we know he saw it? Because it happened. That was the evidence. The fact that the man was healed means that Peter was able to see him on his feet before he was actually on his feet. The next thing that we see here in this Mark passage is that at this point it says, God will do for him whatever it is that he has said without doubting in his heart. He says, God will do it for him. That thing that he has said, God will do it for him. So it is not Peter that is doing it. It is God. And last week we talked about that. That it is not us who are doing the miracles. So we cannot take the glory for ourselves. It is God who does it. But how does God do it? God does it in response to our faith. He works together with our faith to bring about that miracle. And finally, we see that Peter had to manifest that faith. He had to do an action that would show that he believed. And God requires that we do something, an action, to show that we have believed. And that is why many times when you hear people who are praying for others, even at a healing service, and after they've prayed for the person for healing, they ask them, what is it you could not do before? Do it now. Faith must have actions. So what did Peter do? To show that he had believed, what action did he do?